Recent estimates would suggest that there are about 40 billion pages of content on the internet, what we call the surface internet. But for every one page on the surface, we have about 400 pages in what we call the deep internet. And I think a rough estimate would be 25% of that content would be things pertaining to at least adult, mature, and in many cases pornography.
The concern I have about where things are going is that no one really knows who is using this pornographic material. I believe there is a tipping point. There's a point where society says no more. But so many of those who would fight against it are using it now that we have to be aggressive on our own as an organization to hurt the channels of distribution and production of this horrible scourge.
It's really concerning when I see those family situations deteriorate because of pornography that is destroying a relationship.
The whole area of problematic sexual behavior, hypersexual behavior, and pornography problems is still a very new area of mental health, and there's a great need for research and further development in this area.
So for years, the court's been telling us, don't bring your morality into my courtroom. You can't have morality on the witness stand there. We said, that's fine. If you want us to prove it, we will.
Recently, the fMRI study team got together and made progress in fine-tuning the protocols and the documents that will be necessary to approve the study and really get it off the ground and moving forward, and it's exciting.
I think the fMRI study actually gives us a chance to look very closely at how sexually explicit materials alter the functioning of the human brain, how perhaps brains become very attuned to sexual imagery and sexual incidents in real life as a result of being exposed to this type of material. Some of the very earliest research showed very clearly that men and women literally process in their brains sexually explicit materials very differently. So now we're trying to extend that idea to the notion that perhaps novice users of sexually explicit materials process that content very differently than someone who's a very experienced and excessive user of this type of material.
One of the outcomes of this study is that there will be enough interest in it and understanding of the plague of pornography that this study will help take the debate in some new directions and add a key layer in the research literature body that we currently don't have.
We just recently met with Attorney General Mark Shurtleff of Utah, and we discussed the fMRI study. We've developed a protocol that now universities are interested in sponsoring this study, which will actually measure the impact of viewing these images on the human brain. Based on that, we're confident that we can then have what we need to go to court and actually sue these producers and distributors of pornographic materials and fine them or shut them down. That is the magic of the Light and Candle Society. We're encouraged that Attorney General Mark Shurtleff is willing to look at this and support us as we move forward with this fMRI study.